Hi.
Well, hello.
Welcome. This is podcast 12, I think.
12?
I think so.
I feel like we've had way more than 12.
No.
I'm going to say that each time now.
Yeah, before you thought we had like less than we had.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, numbers, 4.
And now it's more.
Now I'm like, the fuck? I feel like we should be like 16
Yeah.
or something
No.
by now.
Who knows? This is where we're at. We've got
Number 12.
we
finally ended the year and the decade.
Yes.
Thank God now that trash year 2019 is gone.
Yeah, and we're bringing in the new year, talking about some stuff that's totally irrelevant.
Yep.
To last year or this year being new.
Yeah. Pretty much. We're not talking anything about New Year's.
No, we don't have any new topics or anything.
We probably could have talked about resolutions this whole time.
Yeah, we probably could have.
But we already did that on the channel.
We did. We
enough.
did that on our Let's Play channel.
You've been calling it a Let's Play channel. I just call it a gaming channel.
Yeah. Well, we play Let's Plays.
Is it
we
a
do
Let's Play?
we do Let's Plays. Yeah.
I don't know. I usually like say Let's Plays is like, oh, we both experienced the game and we barely we just talk over everything. I don't know.
I don't know. The Game Grumps
guess-
are Let's Plays and they talk over everything.
Yeah, I guess it is a Let's Play, but I don't know. My head canon is like, well, Let's Plays are something different. Anywho,
All right.
that's enough of the intro.
That is,
The fucker transitions. I'm just about like, all right, that was
And
that.
and we're gonna start off with.
We didn't even introduce ourselves.
Oh, go for it.
Introduction. I'm Sky, the intro guy.
I'm James, the James Shedhead. That's me.
That's his new gamer tag, guys.
Mhm.
He finally came up with one 20 years later.
Yes. It's James Shed, pronounced James Head. No, it's spelled James Head, pronounced James Shed.
But it's not with the A.
It is with an A.
It is?
Yeah.
What? Wait, is James Shed, but it has what?
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's how I did it, okay? It's genius. Anyway,
But wait, there's no second S?
No.
Then it's James Head.
Yeah. That's how it's spelled.
But it's no.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan on that. I see what you were going for.
No, that's what it is.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
I would accept no second. I would accept one S if you got rid of the A.
No second. There should never be two S's right there.
Well, that's how you would.
That's like a strong S, not a sh.
Yeah, but that's how you would read the second word.
Yeah. Anyway, we should get into your rec
All right, let's
first
get into
because
it.
we did my rec first the last time we did recs.
I can't. I didn't keep track of that.
So you gotta introduce your rec.
Did I do that last time?
What do you mean introduce your rec?
Yeah, with the White Album, I just kind of
Yeah,
dropped
yeah, you did.
facts. All right. Well, I recommended you the original Spider-Man movie, the 2002 movie, the Raimi Malek movie.
Yes, same
Original
Raimi.
Boy, storing Tobey Maguire and your favorite Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
That's partly the reason why I gave you it. Also, just because it's a fresh start, it's pretty much where everyone's childhood obsession with Spider-Man came from. Where everyone's, not just mine though included, yes. And then I got more into the comics and everything. And it's a little gem of, at least to me, of superhero movie or super Marvel movies before the MCU. It was probably one of the first comic book movies, and it treated it like such. It was pretty damn cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess I'm gonna stop talking about it because
so we can talk about it.
Yeah, pretty much because I'm already getting to opinions and shit where you should be talking about that.
All right, cool.
But I did only recommend you the one.
You did, but I watched all three.
Yeah, and you went on to watch the trilogy, which does make me happy. That's exciting.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna rob myself of this. I was like, gang.
Well, I decided I would watch the second one because spoiler, I enjoyed the first one. And after I watched the second one, I couldn't not watch the one that has emo Peter Parker in it.
Yeah, the notorious bad one.
Yes.
It is the worst Spider-Man movie, but I guess I'll save my thoughts on it for later.
So, okay, here's what I got. I wrote notes on every movie here. All right. Well, first off, I thought that this is general for all three of them. I thought they were refreshing, different from, and better than Marvel's take. Yes, I think so. I do.
I'll compare them more, but I'm nodding in agreement because, like I said, they did the superhero movies before the MCU, before they were doing superhero movies, and before they were all kind of the same. And yeah, you can keep going.
Okay, also applying to all three of them, they're campy in the best way. It's charming.
Yes,
that's just for across all three.
Because these,
I guess less so in the third, but I'll get into that. It felt less intentional in the third.
Well, yeah, because these like kind of knew what they were. They were like, instead of superheroes now are kind of like culture icons, whereas before they were just like, oh, they're comic booky. That's where you find them. And so it treated it like such. Like literally, even in like scene transitions, it goes from like panel to panel and shit. At least in the beginning or some parts. I don't fucking know. So like that's why I like Spider-Verse so much, because it kind of did a return to that, where it's like, oh, this is from the comics. It's not like, oh, we gotta be like all serious and shit with this. I mean, it's fine when it can do that, like in the game, but yeah, the MCU is a whole different thing.
So okay, we're gonna be spoiling all three of these.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen those, like.
Well, I hadn't until right now.
Okay, well, if you're a proper nerd and you actually like superhero stuff, I don't know how you haven't seen these movies. Because, like, goddamn.
The third thing I wrote about...
But yeah, it's also good that you, like, made an observation on all that.
The third thing I wrote about all three of them was, like, kind of a problem I had with them.
Okay.
Which is Uncle Ben's importance was just kind of implied through all these movies.
What do you mean by that?
I mean...
Well, in the first one, it's literally there. That's the setup.
Yeah, but I felt like his importance was implied. I don't know how else to put it. Like, he didn't seem like that important to Peter, I guess.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they didn't build him up for you. They just
they were just like, he's the most important person ever to him. Yeah. But like the only time you see them interact, pretty much. There's like a couple of minor scenes, but like pretty much the only time they get in the fight and he's like, you're not my dad. And I get that that's supposed to be like the thing that sticks with him and he will regret forever that that's their last exchange and stuff, but that's like kind of the extent of their development of him.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did get the phrase "with great responsibility." Well,
yeah,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and that's just kind of a thing I've heard my whole life now. So,
thanks, Uncle Ben. Yeah, I mean, like this movie literally like does everything that the rest of the movies are too pussy to do, which is that line at the spider bite. And to be fair, like since this movie exists, no one wants to see that again. Everyone's already seen it. And then there was the second reboot and shit where they did the spider bite again, I think. I don't fucking remember.
All right, on to the first movie then.
Yeah, but all I'll say is like I like thinking about it. Yeah, I guess they didn't really like develop quote unquote like Peter's and Ben's relationship.
It's just because they kept referring to his importance even in the next two movies.
Well,
like
I mean, because
I was just like, I think I missed the connection I was meant to have.
What they did that because that is like recurring in pretty much Spider-Man history. Like that like Uncle Ben pretty much shapes who Peter is as a character. So that's why they kept doing it. And like I guess you pointing this out makes me realize, oh, I guess they didn't like really illustrate that. They like stuck with the like, oh yeah, Uncle Ben is, really important to Peter and shapes like who he is and how he does and why he does the Spider-Man thing, pretty much. But they didn't really illustrate that in the trilogy. They just kind of tell you without showing you.
Yes,
but like, there's lots of like really like touching shit that's in like the comics.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah, but I always assumed that there was more to him. Just not in this movie. Not in these movies.
It's not really in the way like, oh, like we built up this character like in a TV show. It's more or less like Peter takes with him like what he taught him, like the line, but not just the line, but yeah, like that, like that's like the big thing that they like hark on.
Yeah.
That it's still like
you mean
like
harp?
The biggest thing. Yeah, no, I meant harp. You know what I did.
That they hark on.
But like, you know, I don't know how the fuck to explain it, because it was like, at least in the comics, I'm drawing a hard ass blank.
You said at least in the comics about Uncle Ben.
Yeah, in the comics, like, it's not like, oh, it's memories of him, but it's like, oh, like he'd be proud of like what he's doing and everything, and like, you know, he visits his grave several times, and like it keeps Peter grounded pretty much. Same thing with Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt May's importance is a whole other thing.
I liked her.
Aunt May's importance as a character is a whole different thing of how she relates to Spider-Man. But with Uncle Ben, she pretty much lays a whole foundation of like why he constantly goes out to help people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, he'll always put everyone else first before him.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I guess that's me trying to explain.
I also think she might have been.
Yeah, the importance of him, but yeah.
Well, of course, aside from Willem Dafoe, I think she might have been the best actor that was in all three movies.
Really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I meant the actual, like...
performance?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, and I get they were dopey performances. I wasn't in this movie, like literally no one did a, quote, like, good job, I guess.
Oscar-worthy.
You know what I mean? Like, they were meant to be weird. That's
meant to be a little over the top.
Oh, yeah. Like... the whole atmosphere was just goofy.
Like, that's why,
and that's like the point.
That's why Willem Dafoe is like so perfect for it.
That's what you get with Sam Raimi.
Yeah, but also I think it's funny that you think Aunt May is like the second, because I think second to Dafoe is definitely. I said his name in the fucking channel. What's his goddamn name? J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, he's great.
What's his fucking name? I forgot his
name. No, it's not J.J. Abrams.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons. I wrote him down somewhere.
Yeah,
in
no,
here.
that's why now you see
he's
why
great, but
everyone loves him.
He was great in the third one, which we'll get to. He was probably the best part of the third one. Okay.
Well, he's also the most consistent.
So onto my he definitely is the most consistent throughout the three movies. My first note is it says Dopey Maguire.
Dopey Maguire.
Best phases and noises.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he gets.
That applies to all the movies too. Absolutely. I think he made the 100%. Most funny noises in the first one. I can't remember. Maybe the second one too. I didn't take note of weird noises in the third one.
Oh no, the faces he makes, like,
oh my god,
they're hilarious.
Especially in 2. 2 has probably the most.
Oh, like when like the train.
His noises. His noises.
No! Or how about when he's holding the train back? He's just.
Yes, of course.
Like, taking a massive shit.
We'll get there.
It's great though. Like,
for the first one, so we can focus on them one at a time. The first one, I wrote. I liked that when he was getting his powers, he did a little this thing.
Oh, the little.
I don't know how to describe it. Like the rock on fingers. He just
like like up and down. Yeah, everyone who knows the movies knows what they're talking about. It's like go Ev, go.
Yeah, and he just starts fucking going up.
I feel like that had to be an improv.
I thought that was fucking hilarious, so I wrote that down.
Like that, yeah, you definitely wouldn't see that in a Marvel movie.
My next couple notes were quotes because like so much of the dialogue just had to be mentioned. So I don't remember exactly what scene it was, but it was between Peter and MJ, and I think he was like outside, like one of them was taking out the trash and they just saw each other out there.
Oh yeah, that's.
And I had to write down this line because she was like, "Were you listening to that?" And he's like, "No." Like no. Like I don't know. It's like no. I wrote no ... sad face. Like he sounded so sad, and I just loved his delivery. There's so much shit like this in there. Okay. Okay, and when he gets home and he goes upstairs when he first gets his powers, and Aunt May is like, "Don't you want a bite to eat?" And he's like, "I already got a bite," or something. Like there's so much.
I didn't even pick that up. Yeah, I didn't know that.
There's so much fucking.
I didn't pick that up when I watched it.
And when he locks himself in his room and she comes up there, she's like, "Peter, are you okay? You've been acting strange." And he's like, "Okay, thanks," and closes the door. It's so fucking great. He's like, "Okay, thanks."
Yeah, no, that Peter in the first movie is pretty much what he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
he's like Rivers Cuomo if he gets buff.
Yeah, you said you like Tobey Maguire's Peter and other guy Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah. So
I'm
surprised you like. Yeah, remember that.
I kind of like Tobey Maguire better all around. I mean, yeah, I think maybe the other guy might be a better
the other fella.
Yeah, Tom Holland might be a better actor. I don't know.
No. Like I mean, like,
I think they were directed.
True,
they were directed to be weird, but like
I think how true it stays to like
the comic. Okay,
and, yeah.
I don't.
Like
I'm not familiar. I mean, yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Well, like
for me, I liked that even though he was Spider-Man, he was still a fucking Peter. Like
no, yeah. That's the point. That's why he's such a great Peter because he's just fucking Rivers.
Yeah,
he's Rivers Cuomo.
But
it's just he's a nerd, but also like he's a genius.
Yeah, but I never saw him as like this badass guy.
They never really. Yeah.
Tom Holland seems a little more deliberate, a little more like badass, like he's getting his shit done, which is Marvel's fault, probably.
Yeah, it is because. Yeah. Well, I mean, they really.
He's not supposed to be cool. He's supposed to be the everyman.
Yeah, they showed him that. In Tom Holland, they showed everyone that he's the genius, which they didn't really do at all with Peter, which I'm a little upset about. A little bit, but not much. They nailed him everywhere else.
Okay.
Because, like, Peter's actually, like, almost nearly as smart as Tony Stark.
Yeah, like, and they really don't. I didn't even know that he was supposed to be that smart.
He's just
in the
kind
new
of
ones.
nerdy. No, he's like a genius. But like... Yeah, and they made Tom Holland like he's the kid. He's like Spider-Man when he first starts out. Here you do get the you get the origin of him, but he doesn't look like a kid. You know, he acts like one though. So
yeah,
but there's just that disconnect of like visuals and everything. But why I like Tom Holland better as Spider-Man is because Spider-Man is a wisecracker.
Mm-hmm.
He's hilarious and constantly like making jokes and quips and shit.
Yeah,
and he talks to himself.
And as someone who doesn't know the character, it was fitting to me that even though he put on this mask, he was still a dork.
Yeah, but no, as soon as he puts on the mask and he starts going Spider-Man, he'll do cool shit, but like it's just a disconnect for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I see Tobey being Spidey, like he'll be doing great stuff, like pretty much what you expect from him. With minus all the jokes and shit.
Yeah.
At least from what I can remember. Who knows?
I don't know. I liked that. I was fine with that. I preferred that. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's it. That's if you prefer a more serious Spidey.
Well,
but like,
yeah, sort of.
But that's because like
the tone is definitely not more serious.
Yeah, but one thing that the
movie isn't, but the character
the thing
is.
That the Raimi movies really do nail is that they give you have way more of a look at Peter's life, so you know like what he is.
Yes.
Where I'm like strictly looking at him being Spidey, it's like I don't really see much of his personality.
I definitely prefer that. Yeah, we definitely get more Spider-Man in the Marvel movies, and less Peter.
Well, Spider-Man is Peter. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is
you know what I mean.
I like the quips and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those things that I find in every Marvel movie, and I'm kind of over.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like I know that's how he was written originally, but and like you know, I don't know. I just think every Marvel character has that about them.
Yeah,
and I'm over it as someone who's seen all those. Like,
but like he's literally just as funny and like wisecrack as Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. Like,
but less insane.
Yeah, none of them aren't.
I think
none of them don't wisecrack. Like Tony Stark, Deadpool, Spider-Man. Fucking Thor even.
Oh yeah, Thor. Yeah, God, Thor and the Hulk, especially in
every one of them.
Game,
they all got lines like that.
They really fucking butchered them, and like everyone's got to be the comic relief. So, yeah, I mean, I think the best balance that I've seen with like both of that for me is in the PS4 game.
Yeah, I've heard the PS4 game did the story really well.
Yeah, but I'm saying they nailed the character all around.
Okay.
Spidey's doing cool shit, but he's still a kid. He is a dork, but he's also like, when he gets to Peter, he's a genius and everything, but he's still like kind of a shy nerd. But I guess they don't really like, they don't really like, in the game at least, they don't really show him as being nerdy like as Toby, but that's because in this version of Spidey, he's been Spidey for a number of years, so he's a bit more confident.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that the comics did do that I actually don't like is that as soon as Peter gets bit, he's immediately a cocky jerk off.
Okay, yeah,
which they did in the Sony movies.
I'd prefer the way it's done here.
Like, literally, he's a nerd. He's like scared of bullies, and as soon as he gets bit, he's like one of the jocks.
Yeah, and when he was encountered by a bully in this one, and he like he wrecked him, like he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, yeah,
the slow-mo shot of him with the punch. It was just like,
yeah, it was cool.
I love the part where like he catches all the food on the tray. With MJ too.
Okay.
Also, the first scene where like he's climbing up the wall is great.
We got 3 movies to get through.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
I just like talking about Spider-Man.
Next note. This isn't fair as a note for Spider-Man 1 because this person's actually the most tolerable in Spider-Man 1, but it's just MJ equals nah.
No, yeah, MJ sucks.
I fucking hate her.
I'm sorry, yeah, Kristen Dunst.
She was a device and a bad one, and yes, the acting was no.
Especially,
well.
Yeah, she kind of is a device. She's a damsel in distress, and like, she is annoying. I don't like MJ. I don't even like MJ
in anything.
I don't like her in the comics either. Well, I guess the really old Ditko comics, I like her better because she's kind of a balance for like the cocky Peter.
Mm-hmm.
But like everywhere else, they just kind of make her a bitch.
Yeah, I don't even remember much else about her in this movie.
But yeah, MJ in the trilogy is just fucking stupid. She's a stupid bitch.
Yeah, I don't know.
More of a Gwen Stacy kind of guy myself, anyway.
See, I didn't like her in this movie for obvious reasons. Well, that's a different one.
I didn't even know like that was Gwen in the original movies until like later, until I knew who the fuck Gwen was.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did because they called her Gwen, and I've heard you talk about Gwen.
I didn't even realize.
Unless Gwen Stacy's different from Spider-Gwen, I don't fucking know.
It's an alternate universe.
Okay.
So yeah, she is different, but Gwen Stacy is Peter's first girlfriend. So funny how the trilogy does that.
Okay.
Just kind of make her a cameo shot for the nerds.
Okay.
So don't take any Gwen Stacy stuff in the trilogy as canon.
Yeah. Okay. And then I just wrote like my first problem I had with it, which was no development, and then I put example Uncle Ben, apparently very important. Yeah, I did feel like not a lot of characters were developed, but at the expense of developing Peter. Peter was pretty well fleshed out, I think. But yeah, a lot of characters were kind of just foil for Peter.
Yeah.
And most notably was
they all do kind of take a backseat, except for the villains.
Most notably was Uncle Ben, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
yeah,
but since I already talked about that a little bit, okay, when I wrote when Dafoe becomes Dafoe, hilarious and awesome.
Yes.
When he's in that chamber and he comes out and he's making the faces and shit. I thought that was so fucking great.
He's amazing as the Green Goblin.
Because he seemed so relatively normal as an actor up until that point. Like, he just seemed like he seemed like one of the more grounded performances. And then that happened.
Yeah, he tones it back, but then like they really let him Dafoe it up. People are pretty mixed with the whole talking to himself, Jekyll and Hyde thing, but I love it.
I don't remember it.
You know, when he's talking to like the Green Goblin mask, and he's like crawling around on the floor, pissing himself.
Okay, I got you.
That's great. No,
I didn't put too much thought to it.
Dafoe definitely steals the show. Bars.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much the consensus. Unless you have any more notes.
I do.
I'm pretty much done talking about this movie.
I've got a couple more quick ones. I just wrote that I noticed the music. I think the music was the best.
The music is great.
I think it was the best in the first one.
I don't think the music hasn't. Nothing has beat the music in the original trilogy in any Spider-Man media as of yet. I think it's perfect.
Really?
At least for maybe that's the nostalgia for me. But
I don't know. I
hear that theme and I'm like, that's Spider-Man.
I definitely think that the first movie had the best of the three for music. I wrote that I'm not surprised.
And it's unique and shit. They actually made it a theme, so yeah.
I wrote I'm not surprised that this is the director of The Evil Dead.
Yeah, because this can't be as
just
fuck.
Generally. We'll get more into that a little bit in the other ones. Green Goblin's mask design I thought was a lot like Alien. Your turn to speak.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like Alien from Alien, the horror movie.
Yeah, the suit, the Goblin's suit is a bit weird.
No, like just the mask. Like, and I get
I
it.
do like the mask. I love the way the mask looks.
I like it, but I was just looking at him, and like when you could see like his mouth through the mouth of the thing, especially, I was like, that's Alien. But I know the mask was probably designed before Alien even fucking came out, like way back in the comic book, right?
No.
Oh no?
That's what I was gonna say. Like Green Goblin didn't have a suit. It like changed.
So they made it for the movie.
They changed his face and morphed him and shit. It'd probably be too like weird for people to like, accept that he just became a fucking mutant, and probably maybe it wasn't even within their budget. But I do like the suit. At least I like the mask. The suit does look a little fake, but like. They got the important thing, which is the look and his glider. So
I did not like it. I just thought it looked like Alien.
Yeah,
that's all. I just wanted to comment on
Green Goblin. He just he gets dropped in the vat of acid and shit, and like his whole fucking he basically mutates and shit.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on it. Just one more thing. Well, two more technically. His death.
Yes, the death is. Oh my gosh!
Just dead. That was amazing.
Don't tell Harry.
No, I just fucking love like you see it coming back at him. It zooms in on his face.
Oh yeah,
and then he's dead.
Yeah. And then he gets stabbed in the nuts.
Did he?
Yes, that's watch the movie back because it goes straight into his nuts.
I didn't notice.
It's pretty awful. I mean, it's a bit crazy because people in the trilogy straight up fucking die.
Yeah, well, we'll get there.
Yeah, but
we'll get there. I took notes on that.
But yeah,
two.
I mean, people die in the comics too. You know, like big deaths and shit. But like movies was just like that's how all these fuckers are gonna end.
Yeah, I liked how there was death. Fucking
and like
Jesus.
And that end fight too with like when Peter's getting all bloody and his fucking mask is like coming off and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit more emotional and like pretty cool that they were doing that.
No, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Because Spider-Man like gets his ass kicked. Many a time.
The Green Goblin's motivations weren't great at all, but
I don't remember them. He just Defoe.
I barely remember them. That's the problem.
And also, last thing I'll say is the first one, the CGI is pretty jank.
I thought the CGI was generally forgivable.
Forgivable for the time.
Across all three. But the third one did have even the worst CGI. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Really?
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought 3 had the best.
Weird.
Well, like I think 2 does.
Okay.
I think 3 has the most.
Last things. And we'll speed this up. I wrote because I listened to the credits and I heard a voice I recognized.
You heard?
There's Nickelback in the credits.
Is there really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There's fucking Nickelback.
I can't say that I've stuck around for the credits. That's funny.
That was fucking funny. Okay.
I mean, that's kind of fitting, honestly, for the first movie.
I think
that's all I had to say about it.
I generally enjoyed it a lot, and I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Hey, good shit.
Yes.
Am I gonna rate this 2 or am I waiting?
Oh, go for it.
Okay, yeah. Then I think the first one. I would agree.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I think it's a solid 8, a hard 8.
Hard
8. Yeah.
Now for controversy.
It's good.
Because right off the bat, And maybe this would change on repeated viewings and shit. I didn't like it as much as the first one.
Oh, all around is 2?
Yep.
Interesting.
And I know it's supposed to be the best one.
Probably because there's not as much Willem Dafoe.
No, that's not why.
Well, like, I think
he's great, but that's not why. I took a lot of notes.
Yeah, I think it's the best one for me because, like, they don't have to spend any time, like, developing, like, oh, he's becoming Spider-Man. He's already there.
It's the best one for a lot of people, from what I understand. It's the favorite.
I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on it.
Okay, so let's just go piece by piece with my notes here. I don't know how much my notes are actually going to get my feelings out about this. I just got to trust I wrote something down that makes sense. This was I didn't notice in the first one, but then I heard that he's in all 3. I noticed the Bruce Campbell cameo at the theater.
Yes. Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Which I didn't know obviously at the time, but now it's like it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
That's the first one that's the first thing that I wrote down. Okay, this was when the surgeon scene happened.
Surgeon?
Yes, when
that
Doc
was fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's violent, like actually, which is what I wrote down. Yeah, and it was like intense. It was kind of creepy, and they were like recreating Evil Dead scenes.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's almost like it's like the whole nails on the fucking.
Yeah, that's where I was like, holy shit! Like this is definitely Raimi. This is actually violent. Like,
yeah, like it's almost like the same direction as the Evil Dead. I know, but it's crazy.
It was scary though. Like I was like, shit.
It's also crazy that like
people died.
And this is a comic book movie that kids grew up on.
I know, but I am so happy people fucking died and that like a villain was actually scary in a movie like this.
Like, that's pretty much what they also did with old Disney movies too, where they make it actually dark and shit.
Yeah, but that's what it should.
The villain, like, I mean, it wasn't him doing it.
That's what it should be. They're threatening. There's a reason. Yeah. There's a reason why like the villains in like
there's weight to it.
In like Breaking Bad are scary. But the villains in modern Marvel movies are jokes. Like,
because they're like, oh, I'm going to take over the world and shit.
And they're usually like, they just like play with their enemies. Like,
all right.
It's like, oh, whatever.
Let's get into it.
Hang on. Okay. I wrote, J.J. Jameson's assistant looks like Matt Sharp. Okay. That's not really important, but I did write that. And he speaks like a video at 1.5 times speed.
Give it to Parker. Parker.
There was a goofy wave transition, but that was fine. I just took note of it.
All right.
Okay. There was some weird dialogue with Doc Ock.
Like what?
I think this was him. I just wrote it down where he was like, something in my head. Something talking.
That's not. Yeah, that sounds like his delivery. All right. Well, I guess this is a transition.
It's not a like or dislike.
I was just gonna say.
I'm just like.
What do you think about Doc Ock? In terms of a villain performance,
I liked his end, and I liked the scene where
he tries to do good.
Yes.
He comes around.
And I liked his beginning, I guess, like, because I was just talking about that scene. I liked his beginning. I liked his end. Him as a character, I really wasn't too, like, taken with, I guess.
They made him a bit weird in the movie, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, like, they've changed a few things, but, like, I mean, they did illustrate that, like, oh, he was trying to do something, and, like, some like fucking reactor or something. So they elaborate. They showed that the man's a genius.
Yeah,
and like he's actually in other parts of media. He actually teaches Peter and shit, so it becomes way more personal and shit for him.
Mm-hmm.
But like the motivations were like good enough for him to hate Spider-Man because he blames him for his wife's death.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think the robot arms did look pretty good.
The robot arms, like, okay, I guess in the like minority here, but those were the first thing that looked a bit janky to me.
Oh, I'm not talking about CGI. I'm talking about its design.
Oh, okay.
CGI probably
when they were CG, I was like, oh, because like nothing in the first movie looked worse than that to me. Yeah. But like, I still think that like,
I mean, I think
it's definitely all of it's forgivable.
I think they did him justice with the action scenes.
Yeah, the practical parts of him, I agree, are good.
They kind of made him a little too much of a, I don't know, like twirly mustache kind of villain, where like he kind of taunts.
Yeah,
everyone like at the end of the train scene where he's just kind of there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do like how he kind of toy with Spider-Man a bit, like when he's going up the building with Aunt May.
Yeah,
but like again, they did like pretty much use the arms right, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
yeah, I like the action.
My next note I took was actually a talking point I had.
What?
I guess I got the most notes on this movie. I liked that both of the villains from the first and second movie, at least, and the third, but we'll get there, were influenced.
Wait, what?
They weren't bad people. They were influenced. Both the villains.
Oh.
So Willem Dafoe and Doc Ock, I don't know his real name.
Otto Octavius.
No, I meant the actor.
Oh.
Yeah, they weren't necessarily evil. They were like likable, and you wanted to see them like come around because you saw them when they were likable.
Yeah, when they were just people.
Yeah, they were turned like Willem Dafoe was literally like out of his control.
Yeah.
What happened to him? And Doc Ock kind of was too, like half and half. He had like more control, and he did decide like he let the power go to his head. But he was also definitely influenced. There's no way around that.
Yeah, I think they did pretty much Doc Ock's character pretty much justice, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, like, out of all the villains, I think Doc Ock is probably like the quote-unquote main villain of Spider-Man. Most recurring.
That's weird.
And most formidable opponent. Because, like, Spidey gets his ass kicked by Doc Ock he fights him more than anyone else. But also, like, he gets his ass kicked hard.
Okay, I agree, but
and then there was not much ass kicking here, being honest. As soon as he found out it was Peter, he was just like, huh?
I agree with that, but he wasn't my favorite, for sure. Like, I don't know.
At least in the movie. I mean, I'm all right. I'm all right on Doc Ock. I'm just kind of giving you
He did seem like kind of a, I don't know. He did seem like a clumsy villain, but I don't know. I guess his motivations were there.
He does. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan on him.
And Harry, like,
I can
had shit to do with him too. Like he sent him to be after Spider-Man and shit.
Yes. Like,
so there was actual, like, you saw why stuff was happening.
Yeah, because things were starting to connect like a web.
Yeah. I don't know. If you asked me to say like which one stood out the most to me, it would be the Green Goblin, and not because of Willem Dafoe, but it's just because he technically is a returning character.
He definitely
he's reincarnated in a way.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into
in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, we'll get into that. That's a little bit of a mess. But yeah, I mean, I'm all right with Doc Ock being like, you know, like the most common villain and shit for Spidey. He's cool. I mean, I'm not like wild on him. He's not like my favorite. I do like Green Goblin probably a bit more because he's fucking crazy and out there. Oh, actually, okay, a couple factoids about both the villains. And spoiler for the comics for anyone. I think, yeah. At least one spoiler. So like, Green Goblin he's the one that killed Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
And like in like the original Ditko
which
thing.
one?
So, what do you mean? The Green Goblin.
Norman?
Yes.
Okay.
And that was like probably one of the biggest like deaths in comic book history, right next to that I forgot his name, that one Robin, where Joker killed Robin in DC.
I don't know.
I forgot that. I don't know that Robin's name, but whatever. But yeah, like, and they tried redoing that in the Sony movies, and it just doesn't fucking work. But it's basically like he drops her off a clock tower, and Spidey goes down to like, and then he webs her to try to save her, and he catches her, But the force of like him pulling the web so tight snaps her neck.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like
I like that.
So like he killed her, but like technically Spider-Man did.
Yeah.
And like that was crazy. And like later in the comics, he like makes like a quick little like throwaway line of like someone else is falling off like a bridge or something, and he just says to one of the characters like, "Oh, don't worry, I practiced this like hundreds of times before," or something. So like I like to think that like he was so guilt-ridden about Gwen Stacy that he went and just practiced it like for days on end. But I mean that's just a fact I was throwing you about Green Goblin. For Doc Ock in an alternate universe, he becomes Spider-Man.
Makes
but
sense.
Not the way you think. His brain gets his mind gets transferred to Peter's body.
Okay.
And he takes up the mantle of Spider-Man.
Yeah, not how I thought.
And he calls himself the superior Spider-Man.
Of course he does.
But honestly, it's a really cool version of it because it's like I don't know, he like learns what it's like and what the meaning is of being Spider-Man. It's really fucking cool.
All right, let's keep moving.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I had to nerd out a bit.
I had to write down this dialogue.
Oh wait, really quick. What do you think about the train scene?
We'll get there.
It's like, oh, okay. I thought we were moving on to the third movie.
No, we'll have to. I have to. No, this is still all Spider-Man 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
This dialogue. I can't keep thinking about you. It's too painful. I've been reading poetry lately. So good. So good. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Oh my god, there's so much good lines like that. I just realized at a certain point, if I wrote them all down, it would be full of that. Like I'd just have the script on my phone. So I didn't. I just put the best ones that I like had to write down. They're here. But that's it. That's it for now. I didn't like MJ calling Peter her best friend because Harry's his best friend. Fuck off, MJ.
Ooh.
What? Okay. Okay, and then it took me off guard when she was fucking getting married. That seemed a little quick and what? Like, I don't know.
Oh, wait, to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, marriage? What? That was quick.
Yeah, MJ.
Because she just in the same movie was like, oh no, I guess it was in the movie before, but like it was implied not much time had passed. It was like, I love you, Peter.
Yeah, that's why MJ's a little fucking stupid, but
yeah, okay. So I didn't like the subplot of the powers going away. And I definitely didn't like it was
I
like
thought that was in 3.
No. And it was like, maybe you're not supposed to Spider-Man. And I was like, oh, come on. Like, I guess that's how in the universe of the movie they again described it. I was just like, oh, no.
Again, that was also done in the comics, Spider-Man No More, where like they also recreated the shot of like the suit hanging out of the trash can and Peter walking away from it. That was pretty cool fan service. But like, I guess last time I'll nerd out is like, that's the one part where I liked the fact that they made his webbing part of his powers.
Oh yeah,
to illustrate like them going away from how much he's like emotionally distressed about MJ.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm not a fan of it. Because canonly, like, and everywhere else also does it, is that he like his webbings are gadgets attached to his wrists.
Mm-hmm.
And that it would also literally all I would have to do is just show him making it, and then.
So did he create it in the other
he made
ones?
It himself.
So he wasn't bitten by a spider.
No, he was bitten by a spider, and that's where he gets the wall climbing spider sense and strength.
Oh, okay.
But he makes the web shooters.
Okay, all right, I got you.
And if they had shown that in the original trilogy, it would have illustrated that he's a genius, and then. There goes my only criticism about.
Yeah, I found my loophole is he shoots his webs out of his fucking wrists.
Yeah,
but he wears a suit over it. So how does it get out of his wrists and out of the suit?
You can just there's a hole, but like that's why I was like, I mean, that's why I don't like it. Just in everywhere else, he has the gadgets on top of his suit.
That's my nitpicky plot hole across all 3 movies.
And he uses web cartridges, which is like a glue based thing. Okay, so that makes more sense than just he's got like. I guess a webbed part of him now.
I wrote that blurry freeze frame because I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about.
Nope.
I can barely describe it, but there was a point. I think it was when he went back to school after hanging up the suit, and he was like all happy because he was living his regular life now.
Yep, the little...
Yeah, it's blurry. And he's like, yeah, and he's smiling.
It's so campy.
That blurry freeze frame, though. Oh, another great line. I'm different. Punch me, I bleed.
Punch me, I bleed.
Punch me, I bleed.
God.
Oh, it kills me. Okay. Then I just wrote, MJ is so awful. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, because she just leaves.
I can't remember why.
Probably because she just at that point, but out on him.
I just wrote that. Oh, probably. Yeah, she was being fucking nasty there. She's the worst in the third one, I think, though.
Yes. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, I think. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Well, which one did he kiss Gwen in? Was that 2 or 3?
That was 3.
Okay, yeah, that's the worst one. Okay. Okay, so we'll get to that there. Then I wrote train scene. Amazing. Plus Toby face.
Yeah. No, that train scene is iconic for a reason.
It was the first time where it like got rid of almost all campiness, and I was just like, this is intense.
And you were invested, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm invested.
Yeah, the action scene on top of the train too was really fucking cool and good and well choreographed.
Mm-hmm.
And just when he finally like goes to stop the train, it's like it shows that he's giving all he's got.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was really great, and yeah, and then how the people respond to him afterwards.
Literally, yeah. Like, and in Spider-Verse, there's like a quick little nod to the train scene. And same thing in the game. They do that as well.
Mm-hmm. And in the PS1 game, there's a train.
But I can't stand on it.
So I guess I don't have too much to say about it. That's to the extent, but I think it was my favorite scene across all 3.
That's understandable.
So that's what I have to say about it.
Yeah,
that's what I have to say about it. But it's still not my favorite movie of the 3, I guess, because my favorite was the first one.
So it seems like you have a lot of good stuff to say about this one.
Well, I had some good and some bad, like the some of the weird things I was talking about, like the marriage and stuff. Like that's kind of a criticism. I'm like, come on, I wasn't a fan of that writing, or the where are his powers going subplot. Like those are some criticisms I had.
Yeah, I mean, I was fine with his powers going for a bit, just showing the stress about being Spidey and everything.
I just didn't think it made sense.
I guess you thought it was a little yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote because the doctor's like, you're not supposed to Spider-Man, and I was like, come on. Don't say that. Okay. So yeah, I wrote like this is the only one I summed up here. Plenty of great scenes, but overall not as well paced or exciting as the first, with the train scene still being the best scene in the 2 movies so far, and yeah, including 3. I liked that he was revealed to Harry and MJ in this movie.
He was revealed to a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah, but I actually wish that more came of him and Harry. Like, I wish they got to have a scene when Harry discovered that, but instead it was just like, all right, we'll deal with this later. And then they never really did. It kind of, like, I never got the scene I wanted out of that, because, like, there are ingredients to make a good scene between them with that, but you kind of never got that.
That's true, yeah. I mean, this is the only
They did come around eventually, obviously, in 3, but, like, you never really got the scene that I was anticipating.
This is the only piece of media so far where they actually, like, do something with Harry and Pete.
Okay, and
like that in 3, I guess. So I think they did kind of shit the bed there, but oh well.
And generally, I didn't hate Harry. I'm assuming you do, and I'm assuming most people do. Or at least just think like, oh, whatever. But I didn't care for James Franco. I like him in other movies.
He's
honestly,
all right.
But like, I didn't really.
He's a little too serious.
He wasn't really doing it for me in these movies, but I like James Franco as an actor generally.
I like him, but I think he was a bit too serious and like kind of different for the rest of the movies.
James Franco or Harry?
Yeah, James Franco.
Okay.
Harry is kind of like a backseat character, if I'm being honest, at least for me. But
I cared more about him and him and Peter's friendship than Peter and Mary Jane.
That makes sense.
To be honest,
MJ fucking.
I just wanted him to have
every movie.
I just wanted him to have nothing to do with her. I was like, Jesus, why are you what? Come on.
No, yeah, she's pretty awful, and like, yeah, at least for Peter and Harry, there's a foundation there.
Yeah,
if Peter is like, oh, this girl's out of my league. Oh, Spider-Man now. She's a bitch.
I don't like how Harry and Peter were going for the same girl. I'm like, wait, why? But like,
there's a bit of a love
triangle. I'm like, no,
yeah,
don't do that. I didn't like anything that included that. But generally, I thought Harry was like a good enough dude until the third one.
They're all friends in like, you know, comics and media and everything. The love triangle is just kind of implied, I guess.
And even in the third one, he was like the shittiest, but even then, like by the end, he redeems himself. So
yeah, which is kind of a theme with all the villains here.
Yeah, okay.
There's always room for redemption. So really quick rating.
I did like the Doc Ock death scene as well. Or yeah, I like that. We already talked about that.
Scene, yeah.
So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
That's fair. But I figured you'd give it a 7 from what you're talking about it. I'd give it I'm feeling a strong 8 to a light 9 on it.
Nice.
I'll probably give it a 9 because it is still one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. So let's speed it up a little. Let's talk about 3.
We'll do 3 quick. I wrote. I'll just read you my notes off. You can stop me. First note: MJ, please quit.
Really? God damn, her with her fucking theater thing. But I mean, she does get her karma to her, with, you know, losing her job because she sucks. So, dumb bitch.
This is the thing for like the first hour.
The start of the movie. Can you just say pretty good start?
Oh, I was just gonna say the first hour. I was like, or more. I was like, this is fine. Like this is like.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like the other two. Why do people hate this? And like you can see, I was being optimistic for a while, and then my notes kind of take a shift.
But I mean, but
hang on,
you probably have it in your notes actually.
Yeah, probably. Well, if not, you can bring it up. But after that, I wrote JJ scenes still good.
JJ's amazing.
Best
character, like amazing.
Yeah. Best Stan Lee cameo out of the 3, I thought.
Which was?
I can't remember.
Oh, nice.
That's the problem.
The best cameo.
I can't remember which one. Well, the other ones just weren't very memorable. I think his cameo had a little bit more to actually do with the movie instead of just like his face for a second.
Yeah.
I think he actually was like a character and he did something for like a half a second.
That's pretty much what the cameos are.
Yeah, I can't tell you what it was, but I wrote down it was his best.
Then I think
cameo.
We're past it if already because it was right in the beginning.
What?
I think it's right in the beginning. Pizza time.
Oh, isn't that in 2?
I thought that was in 3 because isn't it open?
You're getting 2 and 3 mixed up.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen these. Was that in 2? Does it start off with him delivering pizzas?
2 starts off with pizzas.
Oh, I thought 3 did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then yeah, no, pizza time.
Pizza time. Yeah, okay.
Also, him getting out of the closet was hilarious in 2.
I can't remember.
When he was delivering the pizzas. He was trying to get out of the closet, like from changing out of his suit, and it's just a whole bunch of shits falling over.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Weird, okay.
Okay. So I wrote... Because the guy that MJ was going to marry was JJ's son. And like this movie opens, and then it's like Peter still works for JJ.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait. Like nothing's changed there or anything.
You know, he still
because it wasn't like Spider-Man had the interference with MJ and JJ's son. It was Peter. So, you know, you'd think JJ and Peter would be maybe at odds because she left his son at the altar.
Yeah.
Because of Peter.
I mean, then again, It
was just kind of retcon.
I didn't even know that was JJ's son. I didn't care. I kind of turned my head there because it was retcon. So.
Yeah, he was kind of just retcon. Also, I watched Sardonicast talk about these movies, and a random fact that I Hate Everything had was that apparently he heard somewhere that I don't know that whatever his name is, JJ's son, was supposed to be the reason that Venom existed in this movie?
Wait, that was no.
Yeah,
that's strange.
Like he
was gonna be Venom?
he was supposed to bring the symbiote to Earth or something.
Oh, because he's an astronaut.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have.
But you just never saw it. Like, and I don't know. That's just something I heard on Sardonicast again. But I don't know. I
totally got retcon because in the never mind. Now I know how 3 opens up. It's that fucking meteor. That's just like Deus Ex Machina, and then you get that little black turd.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I wrote when Spider-Man kissed Gwen. I was like, wait, why? What? That seemed out of character.
Pretty much, yeah.
Seemed out of character.
But his reasoning was like
that was like
for
that
the
was
camera.
Yeah, that was like the one thing that like he did that wasn't MJ being dumb. That I was just like, wait, why?
Yeah, but he doesn't even second think it like in the movie. I'm like, that's not Peter.
Yeah, like it kind of. I thought the idea was that he was already like, you know how the symbiote got on him. I thought it was going to be revealed that it happened and we wouldn't see it happen. So I thought that he kissed her as part of his like starting to become like his emo phase.
No.
Or something like I thought maybe like it was going to reveal like, oh, he had the symbiote attached to him already. But no, because you see when that happens and it hadn't happened yet.
Possibly.
Well, it hadn't happened yet.
No, I'm like that possibly could be like the reasoning for it, but like, I mean, yeah, this was when like they were really fucking with Sam Raimi.
I
heard they really fucking with him, and
I heard they told him he had to put Venom in.
Yeah,
and
it was
and he clearly wanted it to be Sandman.
Yeah,
which I don't think I took notes about Sandman, but I liked him. Okay, wait, I'll get to the problems I have with him. But I liked him as a villain, and I feel like I know which problems you'll have. We'll probably have the same problems with him.
I think so too.
But
I do like him as a villain.
I do like him, like, and I liked.
It's cool to see him. Yeah.
I liked how he was like he had a good ending. I liked all the villains' endings. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll just keep talking. Bruce Campbell again. I noticed again. I didn't notice him in the first one. That's the only one I didn't notice it in. Yes. Okay, and right on to it. The retconning of Uncle Ben's death.
Retconning like they changed the canon. Oh yeah, that old Sandman that did it.
Yes.
That's my problem with it.
That was my problem with Sandman.
At first, when I was young, I was just like, oh, it all fucking like see it. Now I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, come on. That's like probably the worst thing.
It's unnecessary.
It's probably the worst thing it does. Like, there could have been another way to do that. And honestly, it sounds like that would have been how it went down, whether or not Venom was in this movie, because it was apart from Venom's role. So I guess that must have been like how he wanted to do it, but I just disagree with that.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Emo hair. When he first made his hair emo. I love that.
Emo hair. Yeah.
I love that in an ironic way, clearly. MJ, will you please stop kissing everyone?
Harry. Bad scene.
Yeah, okay. Yep. I wrote Piano Parker. All I could think of is Peter, you suck. Peter, you don't do anything of value.
Oh my god, that fucking bar scene though. That cracks me up, but man, is it bad.
It's bad.
I will say really quick, I did like when the symbiote was getting on him. Just seeing that animation was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, sure.
Him taking the suit off and like banging against the church bell I like that scene. That was good.
I just think him.
And it also like shows the symbiote's weakness, which is sound.
Yes.
Without it forcing it down your throat like Venom.
I thought his whole little emo Parker scene was, or like the section, just was bad. I can't tell if they were
guns.
I can't tell if they were aware it was bad or not, because like it was like implying that he was cool.
Yeah, no, it was implying that he stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, and like the people in the world around him seemed to react to him like he was cool, but it's like, no, it's what?
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's like embracing his darker side, but
it seemed less. It seemed less in on the joke than before, but I could just be wrong.
They did also do the black suit justice in that it fucks with him. That
I did like him wearing the black suit.
It makes him stronger, but it also like it's not good for him. Like it's not healthy, and that's why he like gets it off of him. Like the scene where he was fighting the Sandman down in the sewers.
Oh my god, when it zoomed in on his face and he said something really cringy. I can't remember.
Good riddance.
Oh yeah, good riddance. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, but like when he fucking pushed him against that moving train, that was really cool and like.
Oh yeah, there was some cool stuff in here. Too many villains.
Yep, too many villains. Too many. They really fucked up Hobgoblin. Like.
I don't even know who that is.
That's Harry.
Oh.
That's what he's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought he was like the reincarnation of Green Goblin.
No, that's Hobgoblin.
I didn't know how they could fuck him up because I didn't know how he's done right. But generally...
Hobgoblin is something entirely different.
Generally, he wasn't my problem. I thought him coming after Peter at the beginning was fine.
Yeah, I mean the where he was like reaching for the ring though was like a little hokey, but and then he bangs his head and is like, oh, he's got amnesia for the rest of the movie. You know, that's a little okay. Why is he here then?
I don't know.
His costume was all right. I mean the glider looked a little weird because it was like basically a fucking surfboard.
Yeah. Okay. Venom was the worst villain.
Venom sucked, and I'm upset they didn't do him justice.
I didn't like.
The only thing they did right was Eddie Brock's and Peter's rivalry, but even then, Brock is just a little pussy bitch.
I thought Eddie Brock just sucked. Like
he's a little bitch.
The actor wasn't great either. Like I didn't care for any of that.
Yeah, and then
and my next note was about him when he was at the church. He's like, Jesus, please kill Peter Parker.
Yeah, really.
Jesus Christ, what?
I want you to kill Peter Parker.
Kill him? Like all he did is make him lose his job.
Because he photoshopped at a newspaper printing office.
Kill Peter Parker because of that.
Yeah, no,
Jesus fucking
Christ. We don't need to like. Yeah. We everyone knows it's ridiculous. What I hated also, even as a kid, is that they kept moving the symbiote so his face showed. I was like, why? I don't want to see your fucking stupid face. I want to see Venom.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, that looked dumb. I didn't even think about that.
The fact that
I didn't even think about that, but the fact that I could have been seeing Venom's face instead would have been better.
Because Venom looked all right, but it was just, I think I saw it like a whole 2 times. And then when he pulls the symbiote away from him and then he becomes that fucking big ass monster. I mean, it was cool that he like got the big old things there, the pipes, and was banging against each other, but that whole part was just a little too MCU end type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay, I said what was he doing at this church anyway, but honestly I could have just missed that.
He was praying.
No, I meant Peter.
Oh, he needed a place to do it, I guess. To get the symbiote off of him.
Okay. Okay. I wrote, did Sandman just say, I don't like Spider-Man? But it turned out that he said, end of the line Spider-Man. I had to put on subtitles. Because I swore he was just like walking around being like, I don't like Spider-Man. And I was like, that's the dialogue, really?
That'd be hilarious.
Okay, no, that's not what he said. Okay. MJ's performance. Okay, yeah. Kristen Dunst, whatever. Her performance when she was hanging in the car. I was like, MJ hanging in the car looks like she's trying not to laugh. Like,
I don't remember.
Her face there wasn't doing it for me. I wrote that the Venom fight was kind of dumb, but I don't know. I didn't know I guess I don't care for the sound being his weakness.
Well, that's what's canon for symbiotes.
It's whatever.
I mean, it's sound and fire.
Okay. Okay. I wrote Sandman looking like Steve from Blue's Clues with that shirt.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie.
If you remember what shirt he had on.
Yep. No, I remember. I know Sandman.
Okay.
The fucking the green striped shirt.
And I wrote, this didn't feel final. Was this planned to be the last one?
Also,
or...
no, there was gonna be a fourth one.
Okay.
Also, yeah, the like Sandman wearing that shirt is exactly what he wears in the comic too. So
okay,
that's they nailed his fucking wardrobe. I guess final thoughts and rating before I get into like.
That was pretty much it.
All right,
5 out of 10.
I still give it a hard 6, light 7.
Okay.
Because honestly, hot take, I still can enjoy Spider-Man 3. It's just as hokey for me, but like
I could, but there's a
little. It goes a little too much, and there's just not enough. There's just so many villains. There's not enough focus, and there's not enough care given like the other villains.
There's sections I could
trilogy.
There's sections I could do without, but honestly, what surprised me the most, and maybe it was my own expectations, is I felt like 2 had me bored for some time in there. Where
really?
That's where
I think 1 I was bored.
That's why I commented on the pacing of 2. I was like, like I think generally the pacing was better in 1. Probably not in 3, but I think generally it was better paced in 1.
Also, what was a little much was all the American flag placements when Spidey was being Spidey.
Wasn't noticing it.
If you rewatch it and like as soon as the music starts and he's like running and shit or like up on something, there's always like, especially in 3, that's the most notable, where there's a huge American flag right behind him.
Okay, I remember seeing American flags. I just don't remember being like, there's a lot of American flags.
Well, yeah. I mean, the first movie makes sense because it was like post 9/11 and everything.
Yeah.
But like the third one, I'm like, still? I don't know.
All right.
Also, the elevator scene was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like that one.
I was gonna say
that was in 2, I think. Anyway,
I think so. I was gonna say I think it went on a little too long, but like that's the point.
I still can enjoy Spider-Man 3. You know, I like Venom, but fuck, they really did butcher him, and the movie did definitely worse. Venom movie.
Mm-hmm. The movie Venom. From 2018.
Yeah. Again, Sandman is pretty much the only
or 19.
It's pretty much the saving grace for the villains here, and of course they had to kill off Harry because, you know.
Oh yeah, that kind of sucked.
But what was
he redeemed himself nicely.
What I really liked in the scene was him and was Peter's and Harry's fight
at the beginning.
No, in the middle, only near the end.
Oh, when they duke it out with the bomb.
Yeah, and at the very end, when like he's just walking away, and he last second throws a bomb, and like that's pretty much the only time I actually saw him use the spider sense. It's when he's just like boom and just chucks it back out. That shit was cool.
It seemed kind of ultimately weird, I guess, to have Harry fight Spider-Man, forget it happened, and then remember.
Yeah.
It was like, wait.
No, they did. They fucked up Harry. They fucked up Venom. Yeah, but still, I can still get a lot of enjoyment out of it because it's still the same. But
it was all in like the same hour. Yeah. They had him fight him, and forget, and then remember, and fight him again.
And it's still better than the Sony Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
All right.
And also, yeah, there was going to be a 4th one. Raimi wanted to do a 4th one, and it was going to be the Vulture.
Which I don't know, obviously.
And he was in Homecoming. It's funny, Vulture's probably the second most villain that Spider-Man has fought.
Huh.
But yeah, then studio was like really fucking with Sam Raimi. He was just not about it anymore.
Yeah.
So that sucked a lot. I don't know. It's a great. I'm not a huge fan of the suit, the Spidey suit.
I thought it was fine. I don't even know how you see a difference in all those. So
yeah, I mean, you said that, but that's that's heresy for me. That's my biggest hot take. I'm not a fan of it. It looks too plasticky, and like definitely not real, and too rigid and shit. But that's me. And it's a great trilogy as a whole, but like I do think there's some better stuff. It's like last year was a great year for Spidey fans.
Yeah, 2018.
But like, I think, I don't know. Tobey's a great Peter, but I don't know. I think people shouldn't be worshiping this trilogy like they do.
They do?
Oh yeah.
I thought people hated it.
No, people love it. No, well, I mean, like I love it too, but like enough is enough with the worshiping. One thing that I don't like to see, that I guess I'm a big stick in the mud for, is that everyone wants to see like any Spider-Man thing with all 3 Peters in it.
No.
Like where they all come together as like a fucking Spider-Verse type thing.
No one even likes the one from the Sony movie.
Yeah, I'm like, that's just fan service for the sake of being fan service.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I had to say about it. How about Trilogy as a whole? What would you rate it?
As a whole?
Yep.
I guess it would have to sit at a 7.
I'm glad that you got lots of enjoyment out of something Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll rewatch it.
Yeah, I think it's the most enjoyment I've gotten out of Spider-Man media, for sure.
Cool. Well, I should rewatch it at some point as well.
All right.
Now moving right along. This should be a bit quicker. I'll kind of fucking
should be a lot quicker.
I'll kind of like lightning round this shit, because you may need to jog my memory with some tracks. But I did do what you pulled with the
White Album.
The White Album, and categories. So
yeah,
that makes it a lot easier. Yeah,
we're doing the No Use for a Name.
All the best songs.
Compilation, all the best songs released in 2015.
Yeah. And, okay, I guess you want to start on it? Introduce it?
I don't have much to say. I've listened to No Use for a Name for the last 7 years, I guess. Pretty much since the lead singer, Tony Sly, died. And that breaks my heart, because he's one of my favorite songwriters and huge influence on me as a songwriter. I think I love pretty much every song on this album. Pretty much anything from their discography. There's some stuff I don't know from the first couple albums, when they were like almost speed metal, like before they kind of went in towards like punk, and then like eventually they kind of took in some other elements, and Tony Sly made some solo acoustic albums and stuff. And I love almost everything I've heard from the guy and from No Use for a Name. And I think they're probably my favorite band that's just like a straight up punk band nowadays. So, yeah.
Have at you.
Oh, yeah, have at it.
So, well, spoiler, I really like it.
That's good.
Pretty much everything goes into the light category. Some decent lukewarm, and then like only a few, like I would say I dislike, but even then, those are like 5s.
So not bad. They're just like
no, not
standard.
bad. They're just stale or forgettable.
Okay,
that's pretty much the thing I throw at them.
So are we going track by track, or how do you want to do it?
I was just gonna like go down the list of like, and then like in the dislike, or okay, we can go track by track.
I think the way we did it on the White Album is you named the songs one by one. I told you where they placed.
Yeah, that's what I think we're going to do.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, so I'll just say, I guess, as an intro with myself, why didn't you recommend me this sooner?
What do you mean?
Because I fuck with it. I think you birthed a new No Use for a Name fan.
Oh, that's good.
Like, while I was listening it, I was actually like...
No, see, I'm happy with that.
This dude's dead.
Yeah.
I was getting upset, like, and you showed me the No Effects like tribute to Tony Sly, and I was just thinking of that, and I was like, yeah, this dude deserves it.
Wait, I showed you the tribute to Tony Sly?
Yeah, because you were talking about him and shit. It was what I forgot the main guy for No Effects name.
Fat Mike.
Yeah, Fat Mike. I was like, Fat something. Like he did the Cokie the Clown thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then he showed me him singing about Tony Sly. I was like, yeah, this dude like.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good shit out there, so I'm probably going to be listening to them.
Okay, no.
More on my own. Like, it's funny, like, you started me off as ska, and now, like, I'm a fan of just straight up punk. So, you done did it.
Yeah, I got you.
You done did it.
Ska, Streetlight. Okay, well, I didn't really know what you were asking when you started that. No, I didn't rec it to you because you didn't like straight up punk when I met you, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You weren't huge on Bad Religion, but then you liked Bad Religion, but then, like, I was like, you probably think a lot of the shit just sounds the same. And I didn't know what you would think of this album, and that's why I wrecked it to you.
And I thought Dookie all sounded the same, like
even
earlier
too.
this year. And now I'm like, Also, I do have likes and dislikes in this.
That's Green Day. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it might all sound the same to you. I thought you might like it all or be like about all of it.
Yeah.
I really didn't know how you'd take to it. I really have no base of judgment for where you ranked any of these. So every song might be a surprise to me.
It'll be a surprise to you. I don't think I ordered my top songs, but I do have
You have your standouts listed.
Yes, I have 6 in the standout list.
Damn, okay. See, if I was going to guess those, let me guess them as I go.
Okay.
Maybe
so
for
let's
some
start
of them.
track by track.
I won't know for a lot of them, but I think
we'll kind of lightning round because I haven't listened to this enough to be like actually get in depth either
the ones that you can,
but I'm definitely gonna listen to this more on my own time.
Okay,
I can tell you that.
That's good to hear. If you do remember any depth about any of them, then say it.
Yes.
If you don't,
I put some stuff in parentheses too.
Okay, cool.
Like a whole 2 songs.
So the first song, International U Day.
That's in the fucks with list.
Probably their biggest song.
Well, yeah, but I do remember you showing me this one. So this one sounded familiar as soon as I put this on, and I was like, yep. And then as I kept going, I was like, this does also sound like a lot of what you were doing in
my music.
Not the last CD that you put out, but the one before.
Yeah, and that's a huge fucking compliment to me.
Yeah,
because he's one of my biggest.
Literally, sometimes it sounds like you singing, or like you're trying.
That's fucking awesome.
You're trying to sound like Tony Sly.
No, he's one of my biggest.
I don't mean to dick hop, but yeah.
No, he's one of my biggest inspirations, as I just said, and influences, especially as a songwriter and his melodies.
Definitely International U Day. I do get thoughts of your stuff as well, but yeah, and that's probably one of the that is one of the standout songs for.
Okay, so
thing.
fucks with means standout.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the other ones are just likes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. I didn't know where that would place, so maybe that'll help me guess for other ones. I'm not sure. Okay, Justified Black Eye, I think you would like.
That isn't but barely.
Okay, weird.
I did move it this is my second listen. Actually no, I put it in and it stayed there, and I don't know, just it's a little bit of a downgrade from International U Day, but it's still good, and I like what it's doing pretty much.
So it's more teetering into the
It's teetering in a little bit lukewarm.
Okay.
But so I said it's barely on but it's still it's there. It's good. It's a solid 6. It's good on its own merit pretty much. But otherwise, I can get just a little.
Okay. So I really.
But that one's a lot. That one's pretty a Bad Religion-y song, so that's why it's staying in
This is gonna be more me reacting to where you placed them. I feel like.
Pretty much.
Okay, because I still have no base of judgment. Where did you put track 3? Coming Too Close.
Definitely a and after my next couple listens, that's in the standout.
Okay.
I put that in fucks with.
See, I was almost thinking this could be a dislike, just because sometimes a song will click a certain way with me or have a certain sound to it, and I'll just know that it won't be one of your favorites. But
no, that one's a bit emotional.
So that one's backwards.
That one can hype me a bit.
Okay, so you like that one.
That one can get me going, yeah.
That's in the fucks with. So that's a standout. Yeah. Okay. Invincible.
I really like this one.
Me too.
And again, this one, it's this whole album. It's I'm getting to shit that I really like all the way in the beginning. So I'm am I just gonna put every song I as I'm listening to this? This sounds boring, but Invincible honestly kind of sounds like your last CD.
Really? It's
At
fast.
Least, I think maybe one of the first chords, because it's kind of a little sour, reminds me of some of the songs, Portraits or something.
Okay.
So
that doesn't mean anything.
All of it. Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything to most people.
Yeah, but it's one of the songs that he wrote.
No, that's cool.
Well, not all of it, but yeah.
That one's pretty close to me sonically to Justified Black Eyes, so I didn't know. See, I really can't predict where you place these.
I think that one's almost in the fucks with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to listen to I'm mostly trying to listen to where's the song title so I can remember it.
Okay,
this one's fun and I can get Bob into this one. I can definitely get Bob into Invincible.
If I had to guess, you would have put this one in dislikes.
Which one?
Dumb Reminders.
That one's lukewarm.
Okay.
That one's
I figured that one's a pretty pop punky one.
Yeah, you can pretty much anything that's pop punky you can put into this.
It's gonna be a lukewarm or dislikes. I think if it's more. Pop
I think that one's teetering on dislike, but
you're gonna have put a really good song in dislikes. I already know it. We'll get there. It's a good song. It's about his daughter. Okay. Biggest Lie. Where'd you put that?
I think I must have changed this because it's in lukewarm.
Okay, I expected that.
I think it was in. How's it fucking go? Because I think maybe the melody was just too samey.
On the wall, no one cares at all. I don't know what this sounds like for people.
Maybe it's just.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe it was just samey or something because I think I moved it to the lukewarm. It's all right.
Okay.
I remember one of these songs just sounded like the chorus kind of just got a little annoying.
Okay.
Or repetitive, but yeah.
So that might have been that.
Maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see.
Where'd you put Fatal Flu?
That's in
Okay, that's a good song.
I think that might be close to lukewarm. I was just I don't know where to put it, but I'm liking it, so I'll just put it in there.
Fair enough. I think all of these are great so far.
Yeah.
There are some that I can't really comment on. Again, like the older ones that sound like speed metal, I can't always tell the difference. Even me,
Yeah.
I don't really listen to the extremely old, no use for name stuff.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hurt me? Where'd you put Life Size Mirror?
That's in
Okay, good. That's a great song.
That's a solid one in
It's a great song.
That's solidly in
All right, good. On the Outside.
On the Outside, that's lukewarm.
Figured. This song has great lyrics. I prefer the acoustic version because you can really feel what's going on.
Then I might just listen to the acoustic version.
It sounds like pretty run of the mill, but it's a standout because of the lyrics and the melody, and you can really pick up on that a lot more when you're listening to the acoustic version.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's fair that you'd put that into lukewarm after hearing it only a couple times. Where'd you put Soulmate?
Soulmate's in lukewarm.
Okay, I like Soulmate a lot.
That might change, but I think it's just kind of forgettable.
That is maybe their other biggest song also. That song got played on MTV back in the 90s. And that's the only song from them that was that successful, I think, commercially, technically. I think it's a great song. I love the words and the melody. That's what I love Tony Sly for mostly. So yeah.
That might change. I think it's just a little I gotta give it maybe more attention.
You could break my heart with these next two also. Let Me Down. Where'd you put it?
I don't think I will.
Did you let me down?
No, it's in
Okay, good. It's a good song.
Again, that's all in I don't if I don't really remember the name and then I'm that one's there, I never had a second guess it.
That's the one that starts with the acoustic guitar. She's never alone.
Oh yeah, no, that song I definitely was this is a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's good. And it never gets in that it stays mid tempo. And then it has the breakdown at the end. Somewhere in Sunny Game of Sympathy. I fucking love that song. And I can hear my own melodies in that part.
Yeah, see?
So yeah.
Yeah, see? Your melodies and your kind of vocal inflection are similar.
That's so good. I love it. You could break my heart here too.
The liquor on that one.
Yeah. The feel good song of the year.
That one's definitely a fucks with.
Okay, good. That's a great song.
That's probably one of my favorites on here.
It's one of my favorites.
No, that one's fun. I was vibing with that one. You're gonna say, "Oh, you might break my heart" with this one for probably every track now.
Not everyone.
Okay.
But that song, I love the melody. I can never get enough of that melody. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Can't get enough of that shit. Permanent Rust.
Even the way you said that, yeah, that's in lukewarm.
It's because I don't really know which one this is. That's one of the really old ones.
I think that one's just.
Yeah, it's a really old one. That one and maybe Feeding the Fire are pretty close.
Yeah.
To how they sound.
Next.
Okay. I think I know where you put this. Chasing Rainbows.
That one's in the Fucks with standout.
Really? Okay. Yeah, you're really taking me off guard. I was like, that one's a bit pop punky.
You thought I'd be like in lukewarm, then?
But it's a great song.
It is a great song.
I thought it would be in lukewarm or dislikes. We still don't have a dislike from you. I don't know what's going to be there.
You don't.
And looking at what we still have, I'm getting sad that some of these are going to be in dislike.
Yeah, we don't get dislikes until like near the end, which maybe because I did try to listen to this all at one sitting. It's just like I kind of burnt out, maybe. But I think I got reasoning for it because again, there's only 4 dislikes.
Okay. This next one, Chasing Rainbows is great.
Yeah, it is great. That one's a good one too. I think it's up below. I think it's probably 3rd out of those ones. No, 4th. That's the bottom one so far. I think out of International U Day, Feel Good, and Coming Too Close.
Okay. Did you rank those?
No, I didn't say. I said I didn't order them.
Okay, but there were only 4.
No, there's 6
of the
so
Fucks
2
with?
more. Yeah.
Okay. The Trumpet Player.
The Trumpet Player. Okay, that one's a dislike.
Really?
I just thought that one was a bit boring.
I think that one's a
little repetitive.
I think that one's a lot like Feel Good. I mean,
really,
they're back to back on that album too.
That's fine. I started with this song.
I love that song.
And I was just like, eh.
I love that one, and I like the shout out. In Feel Good Song of the Year, they shout out the trumpet player in one of the lyrics, like, "Again, I see the trumpet player looking for his song." And I like that because then the trumpet player's next.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
on the album anyway, not on this.
I just remember that one being like the strongest meh for me on this.
That's fair. Okay, so you put in dislikes. I like it.
There's only 3 more dislikes.
Not Your Savior.
That one's. What?
I was gonna guess it's in like.
That one's definitely in like. Okay. I feel like that one's close to Fucks With, but not quite. I feel like it didn't do like quite enough, but like that's I was fair. Like, this is gonna be a lukewarm, and then it changed to another chord, like probably like a minor chord or something. I was like, I figured all you needed from me. I felt like you would like the intro, the guitars. Yeah, I do like the intro, the riffy intro. Oh, also, wait, isn't that the one with the organ, the Hammond organ in it? I don't think so. It's the one that maybe that's another one then. The one that opens without any guitars. That one? Yeah. I don't know. It might be this next one, which is what I was trying to mimic. You Might Hurt Me Here. Black Box. Dislike. Yeah, I love that song. I love that song. I'm meh on it. I do remember it, but it's just like not doing much for me. I love Black Box. I love that album. That album gets a lot of shit. People don't really care about it. I think it's a great album. The answer is still no. The answer is dislike. Really? Yeah, these kind of come back to back. I was just not these two. I think was the only times where I was like, these kind of just blend in together. Weird. They just kind of sound like mush, but those two sound pretty different to me. They're both definitely different. They're a few albums apart. But all right. I like them both separately. Straight from the Jacket, I thought you would like. It isn't like. Okay. I do. I recognize. Tell that me how it feels. Yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, that one's good. That's a hype song. That was nice and a little like. At least from what I remember, that one's a little more like. It's not. It's sorry, son. It's got a good groove, but it's not. Yeah, it's fucking. It's a fucking drive. That one I can. That one I can. Yeah, that one I can vibe to. Good. All right. I love that song. We've got all 4 of your dislikes out of the way, or is there one more? There's one more. It might be this. It's one of these next two. I know it. Yeah. Any number can play. That one's in like. Oh, okay. I like that one. So pretty good. So you did a good song badly then. I guess so. I mean, I got 3 left in I got 3 left in like and 4 left in lukewarm. Okay.
Oh wait, I know it might be. If it's not this, For Fiona.
Me for Kyle.
Totally.
No, that one's in Fucks With.
Oh, okay, good. That's about his daughter. It's a good song.
That one, I think that one might be my favorite. I was gonna say.
Really?
Like listening to it, I'm like, I think this one's my favorite on here.
It's a great song. Okay, I honestly thought you were gonna do it badly and put it in dislikes.
No, I want to do that for this song. This one does definitely stand out from the other ones. And now that I know it's about his daughter, I'll listen closer to the words. But just from what I can get with it, I was like, when we were in the car, I was looking over. I was just like,
it's a good song. It's a good song.
It's a bang. So yeah,
I'm glad
there you go.
like it.
That's my favorite probably.
All right. Good. Did not expect that. It's a pop punk sounding song, but it's
not. Yeah,
it's a really wholesome song. The Daily Grind.
Lukewarm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
The name like that.
Yeah, that's one of the old ones too. Under the Garden.
That one's I
figured.
I like that one.
That one's good. I don't have a ton to say about that one, either, but it's good. So Let It Slide must be your last dislike.
No.
No?
Let It Slide is in my Fucks With.
Really?
Yeah, no. I like that
the
song.
The acoustic song?
It's acoustic, but I like it. So, wow, you got a Fucks With and it's an acoustic song. Crazy. I mean, I really like the Let It Be, Let It Slide.
Let it be, let it slide. Yeah, and they add
and I think there was a line like, I'm not your tree, I'm not in your tree, so you don't need to shake me out or something like that.
Why should I try to shake leaves when there's nothing in my tree? Yeah, or no one in my tree that I should care about. Yeah, that's a good line.
Yeah, I remember that metaphor, so... No, I like this one.
I covered that song at one point. Yeah, and it builds up, like, they bring in, like, string instruments as it goes.
That's funny that you...
Yeah, you can hear the string instruments. They're pretty quiet, though.
Yeah, no, it's there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that one might be my second favorite.
This is so weird.
Yeah, I know. You thought I was going to do it dirty. So I think it's number 1 is For Fiona, 2, Let It Slide, and then 3, I think might be Coming Too Close or International You Day.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, you enjoyed ones that all sound pretty different from each other, even though there is a lot of songs on here that sound like the same kind of things going on.
Yeah, but they really stand out for me.
Yeah. Feeding the Fire.
Dislike.
Okay.
It's the last dislike. That one's just...
I thought you would like that one.
That one's a little too heavy for me.
Okay, I expected that one to be in your likes because you like metal and stuff.
I mean, yeah, but that one came out and I was just like, what the fuck? And then the name, and then I checked the name, I was like, okay, that one makes a little more sense, but like...
It sounds like speed metal, that
one. For the context of what I'm listening to, yeah, I preferred what else I was hearing.
I still like it, but
that's it for the dislikes.
I want to leave this place, can't take it anymore. It's just like totally different for No Use for a Name. Yeah. Well, for what I'm used to from them.
Well, that's it for the dislikes, but yeah. Actually,
one of my
I could just make this quick for you.
Hang on, let me do it.
Okay.
One of my favorite No Use for a Name songs, I actually recorded a cover of like on one of my albums. Isn't on this greatest hits, and that makes me sad.
Oh.
But you should definitely check it out since you clicked with some of these songs. Room 19. It's a great song. I'll just play it for you next time we go somewhere.
All right.
Okay. Part 2, I guess, would be Lukewarm.
Yep.
That one's a grower. Maybe it wouldn't be for you because it grew on me for its melody and lyrics.
That one might be, yeah.
It grew on me for its melody and lyrics, but I could totally see it as just being a generic sounding song.
Yes.
Growing Down.
Also Lukewarm.
I like that one. And Exit.
That one's all right, I guess. And Exit. Lukewarm, probably gonna move that to dislike, honestly.
Oh, I like it
because I'm just not wild on it.
That's fair.
But yeah, I was just gonna say like, I mean, it's quick on you. Everything else is in Lukewarm.
Yeah, that's got the down.
I like that part. But the rest of it was just kind of, I don't know. It felt a little all over the place in comparison.
All right, fair enough. I like it. I like pretty much everything.
Well, no, I pretty much like everything too. So, like, again, your Bird the No Use for a Name fan now, so now I'm gonna start listening to them.
That's awesome. They're great.
I'm putting a lot of that shit in my workout playlist.
Good.
That's gonna be fucking bumping weights to For Fiona.
There's some great shit for sure. And it really is
then
like
running
it's not,
to International U Day.
It's not all the best songs. I think there's some good shit that didn't make the album, but I think it's such a good representation because all the songs are pretty fucking great. Okay, so
if I'm rating this as an album,
yeah, I guess you should.
I think I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this one. I'm gonna settle on an 8.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd give it a 9 because there's like maybe 3 or 4 songs that I just skip, or I guess I'd let them play, but they haven't caught my ear in 7 years. Like beyond just like it's one of the older ones, you know.
Yeah.
That's how they're defined to me. They're not bad, and I know them enough from hearing them on this album, but they're they're not amazing, so I can't say like it's a perfect 10, I guess.
Yeah, we got some different levels of enjoyment on. I mean, for the most part, I like it. Other part, I'm just kind of meh on. I don't dislike it. There's some stuff like in Green Day stuff that I'm like actually actively dislike.
Green Day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like on some Green Day albums. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we did it. That took a lot less time than the Spider-Man trilogy.
I mean, you decided to triple down on your homework, and we talked about the 3 movies as opposed to the 1, and then you got me talking about Spider-Man, which I can do for a very, very long time.
But we did it. We had a decent conversation about this too. I think it might have lasted like 25 or 30 minutes. So that's good. I'm happy with it.
I'm happy with it too.
All right.
So
do you have a rec?
Yeah, are we getting into the recommendations now? You should go first.
You should go first.
Why?
Because.
Why me?
Go first.
Okay, strange. Well, I'm gonna throw you a curveball.
Because I think I know what I'm giving you. But okay, what's your?
I'm throwing you a curveball. I mean, I thought about like recommending you The Mollusk.
Okay.
By Ween, but you kind of already heard it with Fantano.
Mm-hmm.
You might get that down the line too, but I'm giving you something new and something I don't really think about a whole lot. And this one's an easier rec. I'm gonna be a little more fair. Selling England by the Pound by Genesis.
Okay. Selling what?
Selling England by the Pound.
I thought you said Eagle.
Eagle.
I was like, what? Okay.
Their probably biggest album.
Why is this an easier rec?
Oh, because it's less than an hour.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's less than an hour. I mean, I wanted to also.
So it's less than 3 hours.
I was thinking, yeah, it's less than 3 hours. I was thinking about recommending you their other album, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, but that's over an hour and a half.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds familiar by the name.
Oh, I think because I talked about it a lot. Because, I mean, spoiler, I do like this one better, but Selling In by the Pound is their biggest one.
Okay.
And it's a little more consistent and concise and stuff. But yeah, you're getting some old-fashioned progressive rock.
All right. Well, we'll see what I think of it.
And this one's your curveball. The rest, I'll be more predictable. But I just want you to hear this, and I want to know what you think and stuff.
Oh, you know what I could recommend you?
You should like my boy.
I
already forgot his fucking name.
I'll give you a choice here.
Okay.
And I think I know what you'll pick. Because like I don't feel too strongly about this week's rec either way. We'll just fucking talk about it if I'm being honest.
Then this might be a lower like this is cool, but we're more or less branching out.
Okay, so I saw Midsummer and I told you that. That's the guy who did Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
The same director. I wasn't a huge fan. So you already know what I thought. I gave a little premise or like a little footnotes of what I did and didn't like about it. I don't know how much you paid attention. It was in one of the earlier podcasts where we talked about movies I saw this year. Yeah. That said, I'm curious if you would agree with me or if you would like it more or less.
All right.
Or about the same.
That's a possibility.
So that's something, because we could totally disagree on it, which could be interesting. So yeah, obviously I don't feel too strongly about the movie, but that's something that I'd be interested in us discussing. The other one would be The Happening. so you can pick one of those two. Which one would you rather do?
I think I'm gonna go with Midsummer.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I gotta dodge The Happening.
Okay. Well, I figured you'd want to see Midsummer anyway. And I do think honestly there'll be more to talk about with
You can
Midsummer.
save The Happening for another time.
Yeah, I think there'll be more to talk about with Midsummer. Even though you already know what I think about it.
Yeah, well, stay tuned for next week then.
We can bounce off each other. I hope we have different opinions so we can argue about it.
We're pretty much next week is pretty much gonna be open discussion for stuff that we're just curious what the other person will think.
Yeah, and I was curious with this rec, so I was curious with the last one. When I gave you Elliott Smith, I was like, you probably won't like it, but then you did, so it was cool.
I mean, that's probably what I'm gonna be thinking. Like, you probably won't like this, but
I may or may not.
I know like a couple songs you probably will like.
One week I'll give you music and you won't like it, and you'll validate what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I think that might be what happens if I give you Gaslight Anthem, but I still think I will.
I want to throw you a curveball. I think sonically it's a lot less weird than the Mollusk.
Okay,
but I don't know where they stand in terms of, for me, what I like better. Probably this one.
Okay.
I don't know. The Mollusk is one of my favorite albums, but fuck.
Wait. You're comparing Ween and Genesis?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the two Genesis albums.
No. Oh no, with Selling by the Pound, Lamb Lies Down. Definitely I like Lamb Lies Down, but Selling by the Pound is a bit more consistent.
You sure this is their most popular? Because when I look them up, Spotify seems to think their most popular release is Invisible Touch.
I see that.
Actually, neither of the ones you listed are in the top 4.
Well, by most popular, I mean it's their like most critically acclaimed, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Like, yeah.
Selling England by the Pound.
This was like probably this is basically Genesis's Dark Side of the Moon.
8 songs, 53 minutes.
But
let's do it. All right.
Great. Yeah, 8 songs, not that bad.
I think you'll.
And then wait, was there anything that's like 20 minutes? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Oh, I doubt it. There's no.
I don't think you'll. I don't know what you'll think of Midsummer. I don't want to force your opinion either way, but I think you might like it more.
Me neither. I just want to know your opinion on it, and we can talk about it. Who knows? Okay. You should like my boy Phil Collins. So
Phil Collins.
There's that.
All right.
There's some good stuff here. Definitely active listen.
Yeah, well, I do.
Active listening. Because, this album kind of blended in for me the first few times, so.
All right.
I guess that's it then.
I'm going to blow out that candle.
Yeah, blow out that candle. And we'll see you next time.